I am StarzTina, and I'm super excited to be here today. You are here for the Elevate Your Health morning show. I am here every Wednesday, 8 a.m. When you come through, you're going to get all the information when it comes to your health for your mind, your body, and your soul. And it's more than just fitness, right? That's why I love this show. Today, we're going to get started right off the rip. Oh my God. So, guys, I had an amazing weekend. Did anyone have an amazing weekend? I love to take the wins. What was your win for the weekend? My win, I did an event. It was Elevate Your Vision. If you didn't know, my business is Elevate 360 Center because it has to do with everything, your mind, your body, your soul. And as you guys know, Q1 and Q2 are over. They are gone. Oh my Lord, where did the time go? So I did an event, Elevate Your Vision, and we talked about our vision boards. It was beautiful. It was a quaint little, swanky little coffee shop, and it was absolutely beautiful, right? The new connections. And then, as I was there, elevating my mind, let me just tell you how amazing this space is, right? As you guys know, Ramon's coming to Florida in a couple of days. I'm going to see if I can get there. I think it's like 10 hours away because Florida is so freaking big, but I'm going to see if I can go there. But last week, Mary Lynn was talking about an event she did last year. And I have been humming and hawing in and out about an event that I do every year. And guess what I did on Saturday? I made the deposit and I hired my event coordinator yesterday. I think she said yes, Mary Lynn. Elevate Her is an event that I'm doing in November to elevate women. And that's going right in today's topic. But before we get started, my point of sharing that story, guys, is I had my little cue. This actually sounds better than the one I have. I have a spoon in my hand, if you're wondering, because I lost a little piece that goes to my little triangle. But it is time, guys, for hot health topics. Make some noise, make some noise. Shh. So this is the portion of the show where I'm going to come through and I'm going to give you some topics that are hot in the news. And this week I wanted something a little bit spicy. I'm giving you 3 topics. And the last one, I want to hear from you. I want your thoughts and I want your comments. The first talk is all about celebrity wellness. I'm not going to speak for you all. I love celebrities. Something about being surround celebrities, it just makes me feel, je ne sais quoi. Like when I went to the Beyonce concert, I was like, hey, dressing like her. If you go to my Instagram, you saw Tyrese posted something about Busta Rhymes. I love Busta Rhymes. I love Janet Jackson. And in February, I had the opportunity to hang out with Busta Rhymes and Michael B. Jordan and like all the celebrities at the NAACP Awards. And being around these celebrities, Keke Palmer, it's just like, you feel amazing. Now, do we believe everything that the celebrities say, especially when it comes to health and wellness, right? I know everyone's talking about these GLP-1s and this and that and the other. So it is trending, all the celebrities taking over. I noticed I saw even my girl Halle Berry talking about perimenopause and menopause, right? Do we trust what the celebrities are saying? I want you to put in the chat a 1 if you believe, a 2 if you don't believe, and a 3 you really don't care. And if you're a man, you're probably like, I don't care, but you probably do care. 1, 2, or 3. Let me hear your thoughts on, do we believe what the celebrities are saying about health and wellness? For me, my answer is going to be, I'm kind of in between, right? Because I think sometimes I see my mother said too, she does not believe. Terry says she does not believe. I think sometimes they kind of get paid for some of these things, right? That's hot topic number 1. So I'd love your thoughts on that. Number 2, the risk of health misinformation. I don't know about you. I love social media. I love Instagram. I don't know if it's the stories, that the dog stories, the funny stories. Like there was one I posted yesterday. The kids kept getting hit, but they had a camera on their door and the parents were going to the door and the little kid kept getting knocked over by the parent. I love social media. It makes me laugh. It's my entertainment, right? And it has a lot of stuff about health and wellness. Well, if you do this, you're going to do this. You're going to get this. If you exercise this long. And are they all true, right? That's hot topic number 2 for you. And the third topic, this is where I want to hear from you because this one hits hard for me. And it's called health maxing. Health maxing, what does that mean? Well, that's something that's coming up, and pretty much some people are super laser focused on their health and wellness. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But then they're taking everything, right? They're doing the creatine, they're doing the protein, they're doing the GL1P, they're doing the magnesium, vitamin D. The list goes on and on. They're doing Pilates, yoga, CrossFit. They're doing all the things in the world. And is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Well, I'm personally going to say it is a bad thing. Why? Because you have to do what's best for your body, right? You may absolutely love doing HIIT workouts. Me, ooh, baby, I papi chulo. I love a good burpee. I know I sound insane. I love a good burpee. I love a good push in a sled with the weights. I love it. But when you're a lady and you're over 50, your body is like, girl, your knees cannot take that anymore. All right. And when it comes to the vitamins and all the things that you're taking there, well, do you really need it? Right? I remember years ago, this is when I was vegan, and I was taking every single vitamin you can think of, from A to Z to you name it. And I went to the doctor and I said, yeah, these are the vitamins. I have a bag full of vitamins. I'm spending hundreds of dollars a month in vitamins and supplements. And he's like, why are you taking those things? I said, well, I heard you're supposed to do this. And, if you're not in the sun, and black people need this and women need this. And, and he's like, did you take your blood work? Did you talk to a doctor? I was like, no. So when it comes to health maxing, are you doing what's best for your body? And if you want the best success, guess what, my friend? You have to do what you enjoy, what you like. We had our event this weekend, and Erica, she's one of the ladies in my communities, and she was saying, for her, you have to do something you enjoy, right? And when she first came, I'm going to say, hey, come through, take my yoga class. You may hate yoga. You'll come once, you may come twice, but you may come just because you want to hang out with me, which is cool, but you're not going to like the class. You have to do what you love. Erica loves dancing. She loves running. So guess what? She keeps doing it. So maybe you're like, and I know people that are like this. I don't understand them. It confuses the heck out of me. They don't like exercising. Is there anyone in the building who does not like exercising? Maybe you don't like, personally, I don't like sweating. I love exercising, but I don't like sweating. But put a number 1 in the chat if you do not like exercising. And the reason why I ask this question is because there's something wrong with you. Okay, no, I'm joking. You have to find what fits best for you, because I can guarantee you there is something that you enjoy. And New Hollywood. All right. No, I see a 4 there. Just curious to see if anyone doesn't like exercise. So everyone loves exercising. I absolutely love it. All right. So this is time for you to unmic. If you want to talk about the third topic, the first or second, unmic, share your name. If you have a question, comment, if you want to share about today's hot health topics. Anyone want to share?
Good morning, StarzTina.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hi. I was going to say, it depends on the celebrity for me. I would be more likely to believe Jennifer Garner, who seems to be sharing things about her journey to share things, than a celebrity who will, sorry, Ramon, Kevin Hart, who will endorse anything, is on 62 million commercials, who I absolutely love Kevin Hart, but I'm not taking advice from him on health. So I would say it depends on the celebrity, because actually I am going to be using BCP157 peptide in my knee. And Tom Brady talks about that with his trainer and his injuries. So I think it would just depend on the celebrity.
I love that. I love it. Because Tom Brady is healthy, right? He's done the work. So I love that. Yes. And Mary Lynn, please share with me this Tom Brady thing, because you know how these 50-something-year-old bones be aching and inflaming and all that stuff. So.
And that's what it's supposed to help. So I have a torn meniscus, and it's one of the peptides are becoming more and more the rage. And and so it's something for the menopause women are now using, because athletes were using it for, but the arthritis, the aches, the joints, the tissue recovery. So.
Yes. Woo, love that, love it. Anyone else want to share? If you're just tuning in, I am Tina. We are here on Clubhouse in Breakfast with Champions. And if you're listening and you like what you're hearing even a little bit, I want you to tune into bwcdaily.com. That is our community. It's the school community. You can talk, share, chat. Absolutely amazing. We're talking about our hot health topics. The first health topics, would you believe what celebrities say? The second health topic, misinformation from social media like TikTok. And the third one is health maxing. Anyone else want to share their comments, thoughts on today's hot health topics? On mic.
Hi, StarzTina. This is Terry. So regarding celebrities, I did listen to Mel Robbins, who was promoting. I know, right? So she was promoting some kind of a protein shake, probiotic, and I went for it. And I got like this whole case. Couldn't drink it. It was like,
why not?
I just couldn't drink it.
Why
I
not?
got the taste. You just couldn't get it down. It was vile. So what did I do? I know, and I reached out to the company. They gave me a refund. I didn't know what, but the point is that it left me a bad taste sort of on Mel Robbins. I'm like, why would you endorse this?
No,
I love like you. We all love Mel Robbins.
No, but I mean, it was only the taste you did not like, correct?
Honey, you couldn't drink it. I swear, you could not drink it.
With that being said, I always say you don't eat after. For me, I don't eat for taste. I eat for my health. And some things just don't taste too good. Like I've never eaten a sardine, but I hear they're super healthy. Do you eat sardines? Yes, no, maybe so.
I do.
Yeah. All righty, crew. Well, thank you today for tuning into Hot Health Topics. As we move along, it is the Ask StarzTina question. This is when you, the viewer, whether you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, or Clubhouse, you have the opportunity to ask me a question. And you're probably like, well, what type of question, Tina? Well, I am a faith-based health and wellness coach. And really quick, is he still in the building? He is still in the building. So Ramon Ray is one of my favorite speakers. And he said, everyone tells him to slow down. A lot of my favorite speakers talk kind of fast like me. And if you did not know, one of my newest mentors, Myron Golden, every Monday I go to him for business coaching and on Thursday, Bible study. And he's got a tongue like Busta Rhymes. Oh my gosh. Okay, not the cursing part. I'm talking about that right there. One time he came to our church and he did every letter in the alphabet and named God's name. A would be, I don't know, because I don't know all the letters, but pretty much every single letter he went down. But my point is the speaking fast, doing what's for you, right? And we were talking about niching down and your business and what you do. And this one person asked me, well, Tina, what do you do? And I was so proud, guys. I was so excited. I was like, I'm a faith-based health and wellness coach. And I work with women that are over 50 that are struggling with some type of trauma or tragedy. And I use exercise to push them through that. And he kind of looked at me. And he turned his head and he said, okay, what do you do? And I said, well, I work with women and we do fitness classes, exercise, blah, blah, blah. And he said to me, well, Tina, why do you do this? What was the reason? And then I shared my story. I'm not going to share my story today. I'm going to go into it a little later because today's topic, by the way, is called the ripple effect of grief. And it is phenomenal. With that being said, I am a life and health coach and I use exercise. So if you have a question right now about your faith when it comes to grief, I am there for you. If you have a question, if it comes to your health and wellness. So I'm giving you an opportunity now to unmic and ask your question. And if you do not have a question, I am prepared for this. In my hand, I have a little baggie. And I get questions every single day. So many questions. I had someone yesterday, they're like, I have a pain, like right here, Tina. It's in the center, it's on the inside, and da da da. And I'm like, okay, let me do some research on that. But I do have a question for you. Let me go into my little goodie bags. All righty. All right, crew. Today's question is, I'm a woman of 50-something years old, and I am struggling with getting rid of this perimenopausal weight, menopausal weight, whatever. How do I do that? Okay. So there's various ways of how you can do it. First of all, you can contact me and I can give you one-on-one coaching. But if you're watching this and you're like, why does the scale keep going up? Why am I gaining weight? Why am I going through all these mood swings? There's so many answers. Oh my gosh. I am just curious. And I'm not even going to say I'm curious. I know it's a fact. Things are different now than they were when I was a kid. And I haven't asked seniors yet. And I'm going to ask some seniors. Maybe I'll ask my mom. Jeannie, if Jeannie's in the building, she can answer. But Jeannie, of course, the one day I want Jeannie in the building, she's not in the building. But anyway, I'm wondering if things were different back in the day. Because I don't remember women complaining so much about the hot flashes, about the memory. So maybe now this is a new thing because of the food and all that sort of stuff. So I cannot give you a direct answer for you because every single person is different. I would say start with getting your blood work done. I haven't done this yet. I have mastered this for myself when it comes to the weight gain because 30 pounds. Can we say I gained in the past? 30 pounds when it started. 49. When I was 49, I was a vegan. And I was in a nice place. I liked the way I look. I was good, good, good. And then when I turned 49, I was so excited, crew. I did my first full marathon in Paris. And then when I came back, my energy was so low. Like I literally do 30. Well, I don't want to do any jumping jacks because the shirt I'm wearing. But anyway, I literally would do cardio. And after 30 seconds, I'd be out of breath. And I'm like, literally, not like, more like, that's how I sounded after 30 seconds of cardio. My father passed away at 49 from a massive heart attack in his sleep. So I'm like, girl, you're going to die. Go to the doctor. I went to the doctor. He took my blood work. He put a heart rate monitor on me for 2 weeks, took an EKG, put me on the treadmill. 2 weeks later, I come back. The doctor's sitting there with his little clipboard. He's all happy. He's a little short doctor. He's overweight. And he's like, you have a perfect heart. It's great. Your lungs, all of your organs are wonderful. You're in great condition. I said, yo, dude, so why can't I breathe when I exercise? He said, you have bad blood. I said, what are you talking about? Because I was vegan, and I probably wasn't the healthiest vegan, I was not eating meat, and my hemoglobin levels were super low, so I had no energy. He said, start eating meat, you'll feel better. Okay, I started eating meat, I gained 10 pounds. Lord of mercy. Now, the first 10 pounds, every woman knows 5 to 7 to 10 pounds, you can cover it up really well. You can kind of like, hey, just kind of like, it's okay, right? But then perimenopause started kicking in. She started rearing her little head through like, hey, Tina girl, hey. And then another 5 to 7 pounds. So we're up to like 20 pounds now. And I'm like, oh my God. How are you supposed to be a fitness professional here with 20 pounds? Da, 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 da. So then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go hard. I told you guys I love a good burpee, right? I'm doing 75 hard. Okay, I'm trying to do 75 hard. Mary Lynn knows because I was trying to pull everyone in, guys. I'm like, let's do 75 hard. I tried it like 3 or 4 times. Fail. Did some more research, realized 75 hard was made for a man. It is not meant for women over 40, over 50. So I finally figured it out, lost the weight, and I'm here to say when it comes to your health and wellness, for me, I have conquered that. And that is because you have to listen to your body and do what's best for you. So for the woman or women who has the question, how do I do this? You have to tune in for yourself. That is the Ask StarzTina question. All righty, crew. We're moving on to the topic of the day. Now, before we get into the topic of the day, I want to ask you a question. All right. As I mentioned, the title of today's episode is The Ripple Effect of Grief. And my first question is, has anyone here ever had a situation in their life and they were confused? Like, what is going on? Maybe a guy broke up with you for some reason. Maybe he ghosted you and you're like, what just happened? Like, we were doing so good. Has that ever happened to anyone? If anyone wants to share a story or a moment of something that happened in your life, kind of like when I started gaining the weight and I'm like, what is going on? I'm exercising and it's not working. Anyone ever feel that? If so, unmic, share your little story. I'd love to hear. I'm going to
Stars, I didn't hear the question. It's Linnell Burns. Can you say it again,
Hi
please?
there, Linnell. Yes, we're talking about the ripple effect of grief. And I wanted to know if anyone had a moment in their life where a situation happened and they were just confused about it. So confused, it kind of frustrated you, probably made you mad. Have you ever had a moment, and thank you for chiming in, Linnell. Have you ever had a moment in your life when you felt confused?
Oh, absolutely. And my moment came with my son. He was 16 years old at the time and, dating a girl, and his world was revolving around this girl. And I have grieved my son since that day. So just to put it in context, he's still alive. He's almost 30 now, but I've grieved my son since that day because of a disrespectful, like highly disrespectful move on his part. And I was confused as a mother as to why he had done what he did. And so that's the setup, right? So basically I was a single mom, 2 jobs, working 2 jobs to take care of 3 children on my own. And one day I came home early and I found my son in bed with his girlfriend in my bed. And instead of, trying to run around and apologize and things of that nature, he remained in the moment and was indignant because I had come home early. And so grief isn't always about the person that passed away. Sometimes it's about the person that's still living. Ooh. And there has been an act that was so heinous in your eyes, yes, but not theirs. And so you can carry that, right? And I was very confused for a long time. But then I had to decide whether I was going to keep that grief and have it control me for the rest of my life and have it control the way I interacted with my son, or was I going to forgive him for the person he was in the moment that he was there? So I just appreciate that question.
I love that.
It's so good to hear you. I
yes,
love your energy.
I know. Thank you, Linnell. I love that you mentioned that because I have a friend of mine, and I know exactly what you're saying because, as I said, a friend of mine, her son is somewhat disrespectful sometimes. And if you know anything about Jersey people, like, we're going to come for you, right? And I heard... And this goes for any kid. If I see a kid disrespecting his mom, I'm coming for your throat, okay? I'm coming for your freaking throat. It's happened more than once. And the mom said to the kid, put your shoes on, we're going to church. Or do such and such. And the child is disrespecting the mom. And the mom is sitting there confused, embarrassed, like, what just happened? I know I raised my son correctly. I know I did this. So the mom is there like, what is going on? But Linnell, I want to share with you, we know all about epigenetics. We know about the body holds a score. It's not just your son, it's your son, it's the 7 generations, right? Your son's father's trauma and the mother's, so it's the trauma from all of those. So give yourself a little bit of grace. These children, they just be wilding. Thank you so much for sharing that. We're talking about grief right now, guys, right? The ripple effect from grief. And how I came up with this topic, I get these beautiful downloads from the Holy Spirit. And if you've ever been to a lake or a body of water that's just still, right? I want you to imagine this right here. Close your eyes if you're here with me, and close your eyes and go to your favorite part of nature. For me, it's whenever we go whitewater rafting. If you've ever been whitewater rafting, it's kind of like bumpy, jump. And then there's that area that just gets so still. And we got to go whitewater rafting again, guys. We do this with our nonprofit, with our boys sometimes, and haven't done it in years. But anyway, the water gets super still. There's so many trees, like all you see around you is trees. We're floating down the river. The sun is shining, wind blowing through your hair. So just imagine you see that lake, and then you see a child standing on the side in the woods, and they pick up a rock. I usually have rocks around me. They pick up the rock and they throw the rock in the water. And what happens? It pop in the water, and then there's a ripple of water that just kind of fades away, and it just keeps going and going. That's what we're talking about today, the ripple effect of grief. The first thing we talked about was confused. Has anyone here had an opportunity in their life and they got depressed? Maybe they got depressed because they didn't get the job. Has that ever happened to anyone? You really, really wanted this job. You knew you were going to get it. You knew it was for you, and you didn't get it. Just like, oh, man. Or maybe you were hoping to get into a relationship, or you lost a loved one. Anyone want to share a moment in their life where they had an opportunity and they were depressed? If so, I would love to hear. If not, it's okay. Because depression, it comes, it goes, it causes so many deaths in men and women if it's untreated, right? And depression is something we can move through. And if I had to think of something that got me depressed, I don't stay in that depression too long, but I remember when, and this is going to sound silly for some of you, I absolutely love yoga. And there's a studio here. It's called Bella Prana. And I've been going there for over a year. When I first moved here, I absolutely love it. And I had the opportunity to audition. I was so excited. I'm like, yeah. I put the date in my calendar, and it was the first, whatever month first. And for some reason, I don't know why, I thought it was the first Saturday of that month, but the audition was the first, which was a Monday. So that Wednesday or Thursday, I hit up the person and say, hey, I'm just confirming the audition is this Saturday. And she said, no, Tina, the audition was Monday. I'm like, what are you talking about? I was so depressed, guys. I literally was like in a stupor, just like still. And people were coming up to me, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I was super depressed. And then I realized someone came up to me, and his father is a motivational speaker. He works with me. And he said, well, Tina, you have to realize sometimes things aren't meant for you that you think you really, really want. Right? Like at that moment, it probably wasn't meant for me. That relationship that you really wanted that didn't go well, and you're depressed because it didn't happen, guess what? It probably wasn't meant for you. So when it comes to grief and the ripple effects, it just keeps going. The last one is anger. And I would love to hear from someone. Has there ever been something that happened in your life that made you angry? I mean, like balls to the walls. You're ready to just fight. Someone's unmiking. Someone's hearing it. Let me hear your story about anger. Who is that?
Malika Star.
Hey, girl. Hey, that's my girl. Let me hear you.
Oh, I was angry for a long time.
About what?
It was just a buildup of things, accumulation of life, divorce, loving people that don't love you back, family members that disrespect you. You know what I mean? Kids that don't appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? It made me very, very, very angry. And I was cussing and fussing and not acting like the good Christian woman I am. And not acting like the good Christian woman I was. And it started to take a bitter root. It took a bitter root. And when it took that bitter root, I became angry at everything. I always wanted to fight. And so, because I was angry, I was hurt, I was disappointed. And I'm a loving person by nature. I love people. I love life. I love, if you see me, if you've ever been around me, I'm hugs and kisses and Skittles and rainbows. But at this point in life, it's like almost like I had enough. And then it started to take a toll on me because some people stress eat. I stress don't eat. And I need to go back to stress don't eat because I didn't put on some
Shut up, girl.
I'm telling you, Georgia, honey, my mother said, don't get down here and get fat. And I did. I gained 30 pounds. But we'll talk about that on another day. But it was just a horrible time for me. And then my pastor did an intervention because she thought I was on drugs because I had lost so much weight. And she said, what's wrong? I said, I'm hurt. I mean, like, why is life so bad for me? I love God. I go to church every Sunday. I didn't miss a Sunday. I was in church Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I mean, probably about 5 days a week I was at church. I served the Lord. I knew the scriptures. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. But I was mad because life wasn't turning out the way I in my mind envisioned it to be. She told me, she said, Malika, you have the power to turn off when you decide you don't want to be angry or hurt anymore.
Say that again, please. Say that again for the people in the back that didn't hear you.
You have the power to decide when the pain stops. You can decide not to be angry, hurt, disappointed, fearful, doubtful, any of that. You have a choice in the matter. And I said, really? Like I can turn it off? She said, yeah, just turn it off like a water faucet. So I got up that day, the next day, and I said, God, I don't want to be angry anymore. And I want to go back to being that joyous, loving person you created me to be. And you know what he told me? He said, you have to forgive every situation, circumstance, people, persons, things that have added to this anger, disappointment, bitterness. And I sat down and I wrote on a piece of paper every situation, person, place, or thing that upset me. And I let it go. I went to the beach. I took some rocks. I threw the rocks in the water because I was at a stony beach, and threw the rocks in the water and called them out by name. Let them drown and go away. And Ooh, I can't tell you when, but one day I just woke up and I was just at peace and it didn't bother me anymore.
I love that.
Not the mother, not the brother, not the husband, not the job, not the people that abused me, none of that. It was gone.
I love it.
So I land my plane right there.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And that leads right into today's topic. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about the ripple effect of grief. We talked about if you have a situation that confused you, that depressed you, and Malika Starr just talked about anger. And that just that's like the height of it, right? So as we're here, the rock that goes in the center when you throw it in the water, that's probably grief. And at this moment, if you've ever felt confused, depressed, or angry, because I want to know who I'm talking to right now, write it in the chat. Give me an emoji, any type of emoji you want, so I know that you're tuning in. If you've ever felt confused, depressed, or angry in your life. And this came up for me, as I told you, when I left out of my coaching session on Monday. This person says to me, what was your biggest, like, why do you do what you do, Tina? And I said, because I had a traumedy in my life. A traumedy is a word that I created. It's when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. When this happens, life-changing experiences occur, and everyone's gone through some type of traumedy, right? And I see my mother put a little walking emoji there. I see some peeps over here on Instagram writing and some stuff. So we've all gone through something, right? So for me, my traumedy was 10 years ago, 2016, when I instantly found out my 21-year-old beautiful son was tragically murdered. Now, the first feeling I got was confusion. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. And this happened like in less than a second, these feelings, because it's so many feelings. The first one was confusion. Okay, this cannot be right. I'm sorry, miss, your son is dead. That is what I heard. In my mind, no, you're crazy. What are you talking about? That doesn't make sense. I just saw my son this morning when I took him to work. I know he's in the store right there because he's there every day at the store. Confusion. That was the first thing that went through my head. The second one, I was depressed. Along with that, depressed was sadness. I'm just like, that was probably the point where I just started crying really, really hard. Crying. I was depressed. And then the anger came. That was probably the moment where I threw my phone on the ground. Those three emotions right there were the three top emotions that I felt when I heard, I'm sorry, miss, your son is dead. I say that to say I may not have gone through the situations you may have gone through, whether it was the loss of a mother, a father, a divorce, whatever it is. I may have not gone through your exact situation, but I definitely know how you feel. I know how you feel because I felt the same way. I've had various traumas in my life. But what I found that with work, with effort, what am I doing? I'm looking for my book to show you. You see, I had an event this weekend, so I took all my books with me. But with work, with coaching, you can get through it. And that's what today is all about. So Renee, can you put the picture up on the screen, just the picture that I created? So as I was preparing for today's show, I'm going through all these ideas and the ripple effect of grief. Grief will always, I repeat, because sometimes you think it's going to go away. It will always be there. And in a couple of weeks, it's going to be my son's birthday. If he was alive, he would have been 32 years old. And some days I have highs, some days I have lows. And last week I had a low. I had a low, guys. And normally I can get myself out of these lows. But for 45 minutes, I could not stop crying. I did all the things that I normally do. I'm praying, I'm dancing, I'm doing all the things. I'm like, okay, so I sent out some requests to my prayer warriors and I just started texting a few people, please pray for me. Doesn't really matter why, just pray for me, right? I finally got out of my stupor of tears. I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed a client. I text my client. I'm like, I'm sorry, I couldn't stop crying. And the next thing I did was I made an appointment with my therapist for the next day because I realized it's that time again, right? And what she said to me kind of gave me a lot of downloads. And as Malika Starr said, it was a pile up of things that had been going on for the past few weeks. And it just kept piling and piling and piling and piling. And I just kind of like, I just kind of lost it. with the tears and the feelings and the emotions. And she said pretty much what I'm sharing today with you, which we may know or may not know. It's always going to be there. You just have to learn how to carry it. And then I was thinking, you have a lake, and the lake may eventually go out to the ocean. Yes? And then the ocean gets bigger and bigger, and it goes and goes, kind of like our emotions. So if you're looking at the picture that myself and my boyfriend created, ChatGPT, because I just kind of like poured out all my thoughts, I gave him some things. And when it comes to the ripple effect, there's so many things you can do to help you. And the first thing I want to invite you to do is pray, right? Prayer. Maybe you're in a point in your life and you're mad at God or you're frustrated with God. Well, pray anyway, okay? Just be like, yo, dude, I'm upset with you, but I'm praying, get me through it. And what the prayer is going to do, it's going to connect you to something that's stronger than you, connect you to something that's higher than you, right? And meditation. Some people say prayer, meditation, the same thing, but when you're still, you can hear a lot more when you're quiet, right? We all know you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So close that mouth and just listen. Listen to what you cannot hear when you're talking all the time. Listen to what God has for you. Exercise. That's the one thing that I do that really, really helps me. We all have things that happen in our life, right? And for me, I remember one time when I was going through a really, really bad breakup, right? And someone in the gym said to me the other day, he says, I'm on my revenge body. I'm working on my revenge body. And I remember I was on the Stairmaster. This was years ago. You couldn't tell if it was tears or if it was sweat. I was working out so hard, right? Exercise, breath work. You have no idea how good breath work can work. And I'm going to share with you all right now. Renee, can you put my face back on the screen so everyone can see me? What I want to show you right now is something that a child showed me, because I do have my book. My book is Traumedy No More, and then I created the children's book, Traumedy No More for Kids. And as I was doing a program for children, I was teaching the children how to do breath work. And this little girl raises her hand. She was so cute. Her mother is a therapist. And she says, there's the hand breath work. I'm like, I'd never heard it. And she put her hand up. And right now, I want everyone to put their hand up as if you're putting up 5 fingers, and put your other finger on the bottom of your hand. I'm going to do it this way, on the bottom of your hand. And when you go up, you're going to inhale. And then when you come down your finger, you're going to exhale. Ha. Inhale, come up. So it's as if you're tracing, exhale, as if you're tracing your hand. Again, inhale, bring your finger up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. So the visual of that is you have your hand up at like the number 5, and you're bringing your finger up and down, which is going to give you lots of breath to get you through. And a child gave that to me, and it really, really works. So breath work are things that's going to help you get through that grief when you're feeling confused about a situation, or you're feeling depressed about a situation, or anger. Renee, can you put that back up there? Another thing I want to share with you, and I'm currently in the midst of writing an ebook that I will have for you guys next week, because as I mentioned, in a couple of weeks, August 3rd, actually, and I'm taking that day off. You have to realize what you need for yourself, managing your grief, right? And August 3rd will be his birthday, and I'm just taking that whole day off, right? At first I was like, no, I'm going to knuckle through it, but why, right? My daughter shared this with me on that day when I was losing it. And, it was just a text message. It wasn't even a conversation. And it said, grief is love with nowhere to go. So when you're grieving something or someone, it's because love has nowhere to go. And the thing is, you have to control the controllables, right? Control what you can and feel the love that's surrounding you. Some other things that you can feel or do when you're in this ripple effect of grief: arts and craft. Whether you like drawing, painting, making pictures, community, Lord of mercy. Okay, Renee, you can put the picture on the side for me. When it comes to support, having a community that supports you, having a community that you can call upon. Maybe it's your church community, maybe it's your fitness community. All of these things are things that can help you when it comes to your grief and the love that you have inside. I'm just curious, those of you that have been listening so far, do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have any other things besides the ones that I mentioned that you do when you're feeling grief? If so, I would love to hear it. Renee, can you put the screen on the right side of me, please? I have to learn how to do these. Welcome to the building, Portia girl. I see you. Lovely, lovely. All right.
StarzTina, can I ask you an unrelated, a separate question on something you
Yes,
said, please?
yes. Go for it. Go for it.
I know what it means. I know what it means. I get it why people do it, but I'm curious your perspective. This revenge body thing. Why is it that, and I know why, because I'm almost answering it now, but I'm on the market. Let me get fit. Let me get healthy. Let me live my dreams. Let me go canoeing. Let me read a book. Let me sip tea. Let me get better fit. Oh, now I'm taken. I got a quote unquote ring on it. I'm attached. I'm with somebody. Let me just let it all loose. Why do people do that? I've seen this with older people. Oh, we've been married 25 years. I'm divorced. Let me get to the gym now. It's so sad that only when you're broken up do you go do the thing. Go read the book you've never read. Go drive the car you've never driven. But then when you're attached, it seems, I guess life is over. Any thoughts on that?
Yes, so much. Because what I found, Ramon, is that is so true. But what I think happens is when you're with that person or when you're in that current situation, relationship, whatever you want to call it, as you start to break up or not be in the same place, that person shows you things about yourself that's not too good. And I'm not saying the person gets jealous, but it's like, wow, I want to be better. Maybe that person empowers you to say, you know what? Look at them. They're doing this, they're doing that. I want to be like that. And I think it's just the motivation or they're seeing that person. It's not jealousy, it's just they want to be great because everyone wants to be great, right? How many people say, I want to be a speaker like Renee? I mean, like, see, I did it again. I call Ramon Renee. I want to be a speaker like Ramon. I want to be a fitness person. I want to look like this, but they don't realize they have to go through the work. So I think that revenge body is because they're hurt and they have to get that anger out, right? And those are my thoughts on it. What do you think of that?
I like it. I mean, it's just, you're 100%, you're right. It's just, I don't want to ever be like that. Let me put it that way. I want to always do what I'm doing and enjoy my life, So no, thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that and shining the light on that, StarzTina. Appreciate it.
Yes. And I don't think, some people might say revenge body. Some people, for myself, it was more of like getting my mind right, because your mind is so all over the place. And when you're pouring out with the exercise, it just kind of really helps you get to that next level. So thank you so much for sharing that, Ramon, because grief can be with your body, right? The way you look. Oh my gosh. I was thinking this morning as you were talking, why do I keep calling Ramon Renee? Oh, as you were doing your segment, Ramon, I'm just like in the bathroom, doing my hair, trying to get some makeup on. And I'm just like, man, why do men don't have to go through all this stuff, right? And you don't have to do it.
I know you have a show and you only have a few minutes, StarzTina. I know this is your show, and I got to take a break. I'm going to jump off, but I'm going to say, no, we have to do more. You have zero clue what it takes for me to prepare my outward appearance to do the show. As I said, I'm an expert on women. Don't go there. I will teach you more about prep than you ever can. Don't even go there. Trust me.
Oh, I love it. I love it. By the way, if you're watching, you like what you hear. I know you love this right here. There are so many other hosts on here that pour in. I have not tuned into Love and Order. Is that the name of the show? There's a show. Someone chime in. What day does it come on? It's here on BWC. And they talk about
Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Love and Order about business and marriage.
Yes. Business and marriage, right? I'm not going to tune in because I'm not married. I got a business. But if you were
for business and relationships, you should tune in. You should tune in just to stoke the pot.
Really?
You should tune in.
I may do that. Make you laugh, Ramon. So years ago, I told you I love hanging out with celebrities, right? So a friend of mine, she's a casting director, and she invited me to a barbecue. And we're hanging out at the barbecue. And this is when one of those popular movies came out, Love and Marriage, or I forgot the name. It was some Black movie with a bunch of married couples in it. And it had just come out. And we're sitting and we're talking, and everyone's talking about the movie. They're like, yeah. And I'm like, I didn't go see that movie. I'm not in a relationship. I don't want to see a bunch of happy married couples. And actually, I did not say that. I said I did not go see the movie. And there was a woman there, and she said, why didn't you go see it? And then I shared why I didn't go see it. And she said, oh, I was the casting director for that movie. I was like, oh, I like kind of put my foot in my mouth. And I say that to say, do not judge something before you do it or before you experience it, right? So I'm not going to judge Law and No, I'm sorry, not Law. Love and Order, because I haven't been there. So I say that to say, tune into BWC. Blessing is Call Me. Be sure to tune in to Love and Order every Tuesday at 7 p.m. And we have other shows on bwcdaily.com, which is on the school app. So if you've been tuning in this so far, I'm truly excited. I am grateful that you are here. And I'm going to recap this way. If you have a question, a comment, you want to come through, this is Elevate Your Health. And when it comes to things with your health and wellness, whether it was your fitness, we have our nutrition segment. I knew I had extra time. I'm like, why do I have extra time here? We have a game that we do. And this game, Renee, are you ready for the game, Renee? If you want to unmic, I don't know if you're going to be on Clubhouse.
I am ready.
Okay, you have to mute yourself on the other end, girlfriend. So we have one more game for you guys. Hold on a second. Don't laugh. My props aren't that good. Here we go. All right, guys. So we have got our nutrition game. This is going to take 5 to 7 minutes, and it's all about nutrition. Renee, go for it.
All righty. And I am muted on the other end.
No,
so
you're
I'm
not, because
sure
we
why
still hear the echo.
Okay. So what I want to talk about today is Red Bull, Monster, Rockstar, Full Throttle, and a whole lot of other ones.
Renee, can you turn your volume down or something? Because you've got like a crazy echo. Either turn it off or turn it down or something. We're doing a game right now. Oh, maybe I should mute myself. Maybe that'll help.
Is this better?
No, it's not. We may have try it one more time. You're still echoing.
I'm not sure. I'm muted on my other.
All right, that's better. Go
devices.
ahead now. I don't know what you did, but it's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, so I don't need to say anything other than those names, and most people will know what they are.
Can you say them
They're
again, please? A
energy
little bit
drinks.
louder, because we had a pause. Can you say them again?
What I wanted to say is Red Bull, Monster, Rockstar, Full Throttle. There's a whole plethora of them that all we have to hear are their names, and we all know they're energy drinks. And the way they've become so popular is that the marketers are marketing the thought that drinking the energy drink will be the key to stronger, faster, more productive and successful days. But what they don't mention in their marketing is the high amounts of caffeine, sugars, stimulants, taurine, guarana, ginseng, and a lot of other products or ingredients that temporarily increase alertness. But the downside is they can cause rapid heart rate, increased blood pressure, anxiety, trouble sleeping, headaches, and actually cause dehydration. And one other thing before we get into the
Can you jump right into the game? Because we got like 3 minutes.
All right.
Thanks.
All right. What ingredient in most energy drinks creates a temporary feeling of energy? Water, caffeine, protein, or fiber? And if my helper Carla doesn't mind looking at the chat.
Can you say the question again?
What ingredient in most energy drinks creates a temporary feeling of energy? Water, caffeine, protein, fiber.
Do 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 do. Bing bong. Question again, Renee. Go ahead.
Okay, what ingredient in most energy drinks creates the temporary feeling of energy?
So we have caffeine from Joel and Miss Hattie. What's the answer? And Zulika.
It is caffeine.
Ding, 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 ding. You got it right. Next question.
Alrighty. Which of these can happen if someone consumes too much caffeine?
better sleep, faster heartbeat, and trouble sleeping, stronger muscles, or improved eyesight.
One more time.
Faster heartbeat,
Give
which is why I can't drink them.
the question
That
again,
is-
Renee, and the answer.
Which of these can happen if someone consumes too much caffeine? And the answer is correct. Faster heartbeat and trouble sleeping.
Okay, next question. I guess I didn't get to sing my song. That's okay. Next question.
All right.
Faster heartbeat on Instagram. Instagram is winning. They got it. Go ahead, Renee.
Someone says, energy drinks give me energy. They must be healthy. What's the best response? That is always true. Anything that gives energy is healthy. A temporary boost of energy does not mean it's healthy. All drinks are basically the same.
Okay, so pretty much say that again. That's a lot.
All right. If someone says to you, energy drinks give me energy, so they must be healthy, what is the best response to them? That's always true. Anything that gives energy is healthy. A temporary boost does not mean something is healthy, or all energy drinks are basically, all drinks are basically the same.
Do 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 do. Bing bong. Alrighty, so in the chat, we've got not true. We've got, that's it. Instagram has nothing there. What's the answer, Renee?
It is that a temporary boost does not always mean that something is healthy.
Okay, so Zulika Smith over on Instagram got that correct. Thank you, Zulika. Renee, thank you for coming through, and thank you for playing our nutrition game. All right, family and friends, we are near the top of the hour. I want to give us a recap of everything that happened today. If this is your first time and if you love what you're hearing, do me a favor right now. Go over to bwcdaily.com. That's where our community lives. We have so many different hosts that talk about business, relationships, finances, money, health, all the great things. So make sure you tune into there. We're here on Clubhouse every Monday through Saturday, all different types of shows. I am here every Wednesday at 8 a.m. to elevate your health. Today, we talked about hot health topics. We talked about celebrities and how they do endorsements. Do you believe it? Do you don't? Then we talked about the rise of misinformation on social media, and then health maxing, if you're doing too much when you're doing that. And I love the fact that we talked about grief, the ripple effect of grief. And that was the main topic for today. Pretty much, we all go through grief. It may look like confusion. It may look like depression. It may look like anger. And there's so many tools and things that you can do to push through that ripple, because you have that rock in the center of grief and it just keeps fanning out with all the things you're doing. You're learning the tools to get better because, my friends, the grief will always be there. You just get stronger. Every time you learn a new skill, every time you do something different, you're getting stronger and you're learning how to live through it. Control the controllables. Yes, yes. And what I'm actually doing, if you're in the Clubhouse, you actually see the link right there. I came up with this topic because last week I had a very deep, sad grief moment, because in August 4th will be my son's birthday. We have a nonprofit for him, and we are doing a scholarship fundraiser. We give them out to different schools. This year, I'm doing one for New Jersey. I'm doing one for Florida, because this is where I live. He would have been 32 years old. So what we're doing is we're collecting donations in any increments of 3 or 2. 32. It could be $32. It could be, I don't want to say 32 cents, but heck, we'll take 32 cents, $13, $12, whatever. And all the money is being put together in honor of his birthday, because I feel that helps me have his death mean something, right? So because he died, I'm able to support other children so they can have a better life and live the dreams that they want. And as we come even closer to the end of this year, as I told you last week, we had our Elevate Your Vision event. And in November, I'm putting an event together for women. So if you're in the Tampa area, you don't even have to be in the Tampa area. Get your ticket. The event is happening November 14th. That is such a phenomenal day, because it's my birthday. So it's going to be great. November 14th, we are having an in-person event. It is called Elevate Her. And you're going to get you're going to get tools, skills, and strategies to elevate your life, whether it's with your fitness, whether it's with your finances, whether it's with your skincare, your makeup, education, all those wonderful things. Next week, we're going to start putting the tickets on sale. I'm going to do some specials in the beginning, so make sure you tune in for that. I'm super excited about elevating her. And if you know a woman and she's struggling in her life, right, when it comes to being confused or depressed or angry, and she just doesn't know what to do, please share my information with her. She can schedule a one-on-one conversation with me. Trust and believe. I don't have a doubt that I can definitely support and give that person tips to push them through whatever they're going through. I have an online community. I have an in-person community. And oh my gosh, I forgot, from the event we did last weekend, I met a beautiful queen there. We're collabing and we're doing a sunset soul flow at the beach. August 15th, it's going to be at Apollo Beach. If you're in the Florida area, Apollo Beach. This is a free event. We're going to have a yoga flow. We're going to have massage people there. We're going to have healthy treats, all the great things. I'm super, super excited. So if you like what you heard, please tap in. You can find me on all the socials, StarzTina. Again, that's StarzTina with a Z, because I'm amazing. Reach for the moon. If you fall, you're still amongst the stars. Tune in. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Make sure you tune in to bwcdaily.com. And I will see you next week at 8 a.m. on the Elevate Your Health show. Peace and a bottle of hair grease. Bye. See ya, see ya, see ya, see ya, see ya. It's over to Portia Mystique. Are you in the building, Portia? Ready to rock and roll?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. Can somebody mod me? I need my green bean. I need my green bean. Good morning, y'all. What's up? It's your girl, Portia Mystique, and it is 6 a.m. over here on the West Coast of sunny Southern California, and it's blue outside. It's blue. Yesterday